You know what's not impressive? The New York Mets. The New York Mets, 10-20 in their last 30. I'm so glad that their game got rained out today because I didn't want any sort of good juju
Yeah.
bleeding into this segment. They are 10-20, as I said, 10-20 in their last 30. They're 3-7 in their last 10. I want to pose the question to Mets fans though, because I'm at this point of the season, I'm genuinely curious, and it's still early, I know, but are Mets fans, are you so fed up with your club that you're happier when games get rained out more than having to actually watch them? Like, do you get more joy from the notification that the Mets game has been rained out than the notification that says Mets game starting now, tune in? Which one brings you more joy at this point? I think I know the answer, but I don't want to speak on behalf because, you know, it's a sick, twisted fan base over there. I don't know what you all do to help yourself sleep at night, having to watch this clown show. But man,
So I was working Saturday from home, and I just threw I just threw games on mute, and this was, I think, one of the only day games that was going that I put on, and it was, I wanted to pull it back up, it was the Giants series. Beatty had hit a home run in the bottom of the seventh to break up a 1-1 tie. It was just a single shot, so they went up 2-1. And then in the ninth, the Giants figured out how to tie it up. And I remember watching. It was on mute. I didn't turn anything on. I wasn't listening. And I look over and I watched like Mets fans in the ninth. After the game got tied up, I saw like this group of family. They're like, "Yep, let's go." And it was like they were like 3 rows back, like right behind the dugout. They were like, "Yep, let's roll." And I was like, dang, dude, like no faith. Like no faith. They lost the game 7-2. So
oh man.
At one point I was like, really? Like you stuck around, like maybe you'll catch a walk off. No, I think they knew.
They knew.
They knew.
Golly, man. At what point do you just start to feel, I mean, I don't. Just so we're on the record, I don't feel bad for Mets fans. But at what point does the average person start to feel bad for Mets fans? Because like we always say, you need a punching bag in baseball, and the Mets have been the punching bag for oh so long. But how much longer do they need to endure this? Because
I know
it's not about the players. Like I couldn't care less. The Mets could lose out, and I would be just fine.
It'd be incredible.
Because the team itself, I can't stand. The players, I'm out on. The fans, though, I'm like, that's tough, man. Baseball fan to baseball fan, like you gotta you look a Mets fans in the eyes, and you're like, you've seen some stuff.
Yeah,
you've gone through war, and it's May. That's where we're at, and I tell you what, man, it's fun to watch. I'll say that.
I was looking. I saw
bad for Mets fans.
The Steve Cohen tweets.
Dude, did you see what they were saying on air? Well, I was talking to Gary Cohen. Sorry, but go ahead. What did Steve Cohen say?
So this just tells you the shape they're in. 3 days ago, he goes, "Looking forward to our 10-game homestand starting tonight. LGM. We are experimenting with our new Artist Series giveaway tomorrow. Enjoy the Joel Messler created tote bag. Feedback appreciated." Meanwhile, we have my guy in Baltimore out in the splash zone. And Steve's out here talking about a tote bag. And then 2 days ago, he tweets, "What a stretch. Mind-boggling. I know how disheartening this is for our fans. Thank you for caring so much."
Yeah, that's a great point. Let's just go ahead, a little segue here, or little tangent. Sorry, Stevie. You had a good run as like what we thought was best owner in baseball. That title could not be more out. That belongs to David Rubenstein, my friend, out in Baltimore. I don't know if you watched the game today. You probably didn't. It was Sox O's.
Was he throwing the hats?
He was throwing the hats to fans in the splash zone, just like a garbage bag full of hats. It was like the Oprah gif. You get a hat, you get a hat, you get a hat. And it was, I don't know, I'm guessing it was like after every extra base hit. And boy, did they hit a lot of them. There was one inning where I'm pretty sure there was like 6 or 7 straight extra base hits. So my man probably had to go back for refills on the free hats. So, shout out to David. Shout out to David.
Crazy
Steve,
what winning can do, but
you're done. That title has been removed, stripped. It's been stripped for some time now. But
unbelievable.
But yeah, no, the broadcast though, dude, they were talking about on the broadcast. They said they were going into full like end of world mode, and again, it's May, but they were saying Keith Hernandez said, "Boy, oh boy," it was after what was the play? Was it? I think it was like a double or something, like an RBI or something from whoever they were playing at this weekend. Was it the Giants? Were they playing the Giants this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Keith Hernandez goes, "Boy, oh boy, it feels like the sky is falling." And then Gary Cohen chimes in and says, "It's felt like that virtually every day for the last month." And then Ron Darling chimes in and says, "There's losing, and then there's what's happening here."
Oh, man.
And not to mention, you got all that. And then Gary Cohen signs off Sunday, they got the win. So it wasn't doom and gloom on Sunday. But after that game on Saturday, Gary Cohen signs off saying, "Remember," this was a real quote. Gary Cohen signed off and said, "Remember, the sun will come up tomorrow, as difficult as that may be to realize." That's the state of the Mets. They're having to remind each other that the sun is going to come up tomorrow, and it's May.
Damn.
I can't imagine what it's like being associated in any regard to that organization. Does it get worse than that? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, blow it up. Blow it up.
To be fair, they still got a shot at the division. They're only 15 games back. So hold on to that. Not
even June.
Hold on to that silver lining, Mets fans.
They got it. When it's all said and done, they got to be like 35 games back at the division. It's gonna be large.
Okay,
Phillies. If you put the Phillies in a generous 100 wins, that basically means that the Mets are going to lose close to 100 games if they're 35 games back. But I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's a crazy figure.
Yeah,
they're going to sell. They're going to get worse.
Oh, yeah. You could be looking at anywhere between 30 and 40 games back in the division when it's all said and done.
Unbelievable.
I mean, if the Phillies maintain this pace, that discrepancy is going to look ugly.